Well, hello and welcome back to Nilsson Tools. My name is Sege. Today I'm going to refurbish this old chuck. I bought this at the same internet auction as the Super Spacer. I hoped I could use this on my lathe. Had the same system in the back. But unfortunately this is for a bigger lathe than mine. At the auction there were no, I couldn't really find out how big this was. So this is a 10-inch chuck from EMCO, and I think this is a good quality chuck, but it is not in that good shape, I'm afraid. Since I cannot use it myself, I have to refurbish it and sell it. So I will show you how I do that. I will take it apart as much as needed to get a nice finish to it later. So the first thing I will do is break these jaws loose. I will just try, like I did on the Super Spacer, to use only steel wool to see if I can get a good finish on it, or if I have to go all the way. That is not good enough. So let's see if I can break this one out. Here it is a marking. I don't know if no, 10, 9, 8, 7. At least it moves freely. This is number 1, and it is a number 1 there. And this is number 4, so this will be easily replaced. Inside it looks really nice. Not much wear, a few chips, that's all. This. So mechanically this chuck is fine, this is just surface rust. So I will use this brutal method, just wipe off the oil and try and make it look as nice as possible. Now I will make some tender lapping on the side here. And I will put the pressure up here. I don't want to mess up these surfaces. I mean, this isn't perfect, but I think it's good enough. I can never sell a chuck that looks rusty. Well, that was one. Three more to go, and I have been collecting some chips down here in the threads. Well, I bring you back when I've done the other four. The jaws now looks nice, not perfect but nice. There were some kind of coating on these jaws and that had protected them from rust, but it was some were non-existing, and so I didn't remove all of it. I think that would be nice to have in the future. The thing to do now, before I start on the face here, I would like to remove these screws, and I don't know how. Well, now I do. Now I suddenly realized there are screws here on the back side. I've started loosening them beforehand, and I now see that they correspond exactly to where these are. So this is learning by doing. Of course, first you put the screw into this hole, and then this comes up from the bottom and locks it in place in that direction. So you would pound it downwards instead, ever so gently. Now it's moving. Now I can retrieve this. So that's how they did it, and it's definitely a good idea to clean this. And shall I remove it even further or not? Let's look here. I can at least take the other screws out and do the same there, and hope that they all will loosen as freely as this one did. This was even easier. Well, the screws can't be crucial that they are refitted in the same position, or can it? This was number one. If I store this together with number one here, can put them there. And this was number 4. This is number 4. And this is then number 3. That one had a lot of chips in it. And then I can of course bring this out and do the same there. This was number 2. It would help if I sort them. Right. Now this is number 1. These were number 2. Number 3. And number 4. And I just retrieved this from number 3. And this was number 4. And finally, number 1. And these are really greased up, so that they don't seize in place. Well, now everything that can take damage from me doing the surfaces and making them clean is removed. I will do that now, off camera, polish the whole thing, and then I'll bring you back when it's time to assemble the chuck again. Well, I brought you back. I'm just in the polishing process, and I started on the back side. These 4 are quite in the way, so I figured why don't take them loose, so I did. And I think that this will make it quite much more easy for me to get the backside cleaned. You see, it's looking good so far. See that? I hit that and crushed my nail. Well, things that happen in the workshop. I don't think that these are super critical to keep in order. The only thing they do is to pull this chuck up on this edge. So this edge I need to be really careful, and I don't think I will use the polish. I will just use this to make it decent. And it's so much oil and such dirty, so it isn't really rust. I think I'll stop the polishing and do this instead. Well, a bit more I think, and then I will bring you back when the polish is finished. Now I think I'm done with the prep work, and now we will start to assemble the chuck again. We'll start on the back with reinstalling these. I noticed that they had actually used grease on this, and that is probably good. Easy to break loose again if you have to do that. For the rest of the process we will be using oil. Use a smaller wrench. I will do some more tightening later. Yeah. Now I will reassemble the first jaw. One last wipe. This can only be put in one way, since there is a small recess here for the set screw on the back. And I just realized I didn't make this hole clean. Some new oil. And now I hope it will nicely fit. Slide in place. This will get us some oil too. And we dropped in place. Now we should be able to put this all the way in, and then the set screw on the back. I will tighten then when my fingers are not so oily. And then it's time for the first jaw. I think we'll put some oil here as well. The excess oil will of course leave the chuck and land on the table, but I think that is good. One. Now let's do number 3. Same procedure. On the back side, do the wipe, I forgot. Next one should slide in place just as nice. Screw. There. Now the jaw. One thing that I have realized when working on this chuck is that this is a real nice one. I'm so sad that I couldn't use this on my lathe. This is a high quality chuck and it has not seen much use. And I looked for Nilsson things on this side, and yeah, there are a few, but really not much. And now the final one. Oops. Well, the assembly is finished. Now I'll just wipe it off. Tighten these screws. Sorry. As you see, now this chuck is ready for a new life, if I find someone who can actually use it. Well, that's all for today. I hope you liked what you saw. Please come back to my many other videos.